The film begins with Forest Whitaker, running in the jungle with his family while soldiers are shooting and killing people around them. The scene changes to an office building where Tony Green, Stephen Bauer, is speaking to Bruce, Kim Coates, in Clearbeck corporate offices, telling him that Francisco had broken into the local offices and stolen their files. As he converses with Bruce, he orders Ronaldo, Devon Bostick, a young aide in his office, to hurry. Ronaldo and Tony leave the local offices amid gunfire and chaos, but pause when a woman shouts at Ronaldo. She is his mother. She is shot and killed by soldiers as Ronaldo looks on. Tony shows his corporate ID to the soldiers and pulls Ronaldo into his car. As they attempt to leave the city, they stop at a roadblock and watch soldiers gun down an unarmed man. Ronaldo jumps out of the car and escapes the carnage. The scene changes to Jack Begosian, Andy Garcia, speaking to call-ins on his radio program in Toronto, Canada, Atlanta, Georgia and Los Angeles, California, discussing his pessimism about the government and his faith in the goodness of humankind. He points out that water is not a commodity to be bought or sold and is questioned about his former service in the CIA. As Jack drives to his home in the remote Canadian forest, Morgan, Deborah Kara Unger, sits shivering in her tub. Later, she goes to a hospital ribbon-cutting ceremony where Ronaldo confronts her as she gets into her limo, accusing Clearbeck of murder and telling her his message is in the car. He shoots himself. Stunned and traumatized, she listens to a tape he left for her recording the gunshots and screams. He tells her that Francisco stole papers proving that Clearbeck was involved in a typhus outbreak. The scene switches to Francisco and his family hiding in the jungle as General Aguirre hunts for them. He and his wife, Mia, Eva Longoria, argue briefly about leaving the dead behind. Francisco kills a soldier who pursues them. Ronaldo reports that the soldiers got sick and began to execute everyone. Mia hands Francisco a gun and takes a rifle, using it shortly after to shoot another pursuing soldier. Cuts away briefly to Jack explaining to a caller that he quit the CIA because he stopped believing the lies. At corporate headquarters, Tony and Bruce argue about General Aguirre's murder of civilians and Bruce orders Tony to do damage control and keep the carnage a secret. Morgan questions her brother, Bruce, about what happened in Ecuador. He tells her that Ronaldo was an anti-government reporter and nutcase. She tells him about the tape and asks again about what happened. He dismisses her concerns and tells her to go to lunch and do fundraisers and bad marriages. He tells her to go home. Doug, an assistant, enters the office and tells Bruce that the secret will be kept but that Morgan is a problem.